See, now that's a funny joke, and the crowd booed, and the big boo was when he said, you know, here she is pretending she likes Catholics, which, if you follow along with the WikiLeaks, that's an inside story about Jen Palmieri, a communications person, saying that Catholics need to wake up and get out of the dark ages.
Well, yeah, how can you possibly go to the Al Smith dinner and not comment on the fact that there are all these anti-Catholic emails from Podesta and everyone else?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I've been on the dais at that dinner. Okay, and there are zings and barbs, and I have to tell you, I thought it was hysterical. We were laughing. They were funny.
They were booing there, though.
But you know why? It's the New York City elite, the intelligentsia. We are different from the rest of the country in New York City. And honestly, I just can't believe, and by the way, she can't deliver the way he can deliver. Donald Trump owns the television. She doesn't. But that's just me, maybe. Right, Geraldo?
I disagree with the judge's review of, you know, I think Donald Trump had a very hard time delivering the jokes. In summary, you know, with your clip reel there, the jokes appear funny, but when you're stumbling, they can have a mean tint. I agree to this extent. That comedy scene, that roast, showed the bias of the people in the room. It really did. I think that it was very revealing. Ironically, it was one of the most vivid you know, depictions of how the New York, you know, elite feel about these candidates. I think Donald really was much more awkward in delivery, but still, I think he mistook it for a roast, and the crowd was unforgivable, and they showed their bias, I think, very clearly.
I think Maria Bartiromo stole the show.
I think Maria stole the show.
Without a doubt.
That should be the headline.
Should we tell them why?
She looked beautiful.
She was right behind.
She was in red, right there with the white gloves and the red dress. Gorgeous.
She did look good.
Lady with the red dress, red dress.
Let's talk about Project Veritas. So Project Veritas, we saw a few days ago, that was released. It was, this guy goes into Hillary Clinton's camp and spends 1 year behind the scenes and gets a lot of things on tape that the folks who work for Hillary have no idea he's recording. He records them saying they're inciting violence. They're going to Donald Trump's rallies and they're suggesting that they're hiring people to start violence. So Newt Gingrich was on with Sean Hannity last night, and he says, where is the FBI in all of this?
He is absolutely right. First of all, you and I know that Loretta Lynch and the Justice Department would be there in 3 seconds if it were reversed, if there were Democrats who were being, you know, victimized, according to them. But you know what? People can say, where's the FBI? Where's the Justice Department? There's a violation of civil rights and all that. But you know what? As a former prosecutor, I would put a criminal case together without the FBI, without the Justice Department, because they're clearly the most politicized Justice Department in the history of this country. I've got the tape, I've got the proof, I've got the intent. Whether I tie it to the White House or not is for the feds. But as a local prosecutor, when I've got someone coming in, inciting riots, inciting violence, cops bloodied, victims and paid, victims being injured, then I can indict them. Don't wait for the feds, because they ain't coming.
And he visited the White House
300 times.
Back up to the political impact. In Chicago, the Trump rally disrupted by violence. At the time, it was apparent to anyone watching that they were paid. Oh, I don't know if they were paid or not, that there were agitators there, that they went there with the intent of provoking some of the and some of the Trump supporters, we have to admit, are people on the fringe. I mean, some small percentage. It doesn't take many. But if you see somebody wearing a crazy this or that, it's easy to go up to them and say, you know, to provoke an outburst.
You're blaming the victim.
I am absolutely not blaming the victim. I'm saying that there is this political aspect to it. Now, is it a crime? I think that's a stretch to say that it is a crime. To show cause and effect, I think it would be very, very difficult, and then trace it all the way back to the White House. But let me say this about the politics of it. If this story had broken before the first debate, it would have had, I think, a profound impact on the course of this campaign. It would have undermined the Clinton campaign and would have drawn intense scrutiny on these dirty tricks operators. The fact that it's coming so late in the game, you know, after the third debate, the candidates, what you saw at the Al Smith dinner, probably the last occasion they'll be together. So now it's coming too late to affect the result that happens 18 14 days from now, people cannot absorb it. It's like WikiLeaks.
But you know what you're talking about? You're talking about politics in a campaign. I'm talking about crime. I'm talking about justice in this country. I'm talking about people who decide that, people who decide that what they're going to do is incite riots and incite violence. That is against the law in the United States of America.
As a former prosecutor.
No, I am a district attorney. I could indict them in 3 seconds.
Could not.
Yes. Oh, don't tell me what I can do. Don't tell me that there isn't evidence there to file a charge and get a conviction.
You had somebody there, a big belly-scratching politician there, saying, yeah, we do this stuff. Now, taking that braggadocio and converting that into a specific criminal prosecution.
I did that for a living.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've got a feeling they're not going to agree on this. All right, Geraldo, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure.
Woo! All right.
Let's hand it over to Abby, who has some headlines.